Good evening to all. It is Sunday, 4:37 p.m. I'm on Staten Island in my humble little apartment. And welcome to another Ernest Bartheldes video blog um, on this coronavirus thing. Well, I was watching this show today called Sunday Morning, and it goes around on CBS from CBS, which is a local channel here in New York, CBS 2. There's also national, and they have videos on YouTube, which is pretty cool because most of the time I just don't watch it in the morning because I'm busy with other things, and I'll just go on YouTube later in the afternoon and watch all the entire show. And although they were concentrated a lot on the coronavirus thing, three things that caught my attention were this very good documentary on Bellevue Hospital, which is the oldest hospital in America, and the hospital has dealt with all kinds of trouble over the years, and including cholera, the Spanish flu. Is it okay to call it Spanish flu nowadays? Because you can't, it's not racist. Guy, it was called the Spanish flu back then, and we also, and so it was amazing, amazing thing. So you check out their YouTube channel, CBS Sunday Morning. Another one was a very interesting piece on the fact that so many people are paranoid on this coronavirus thing that they get psychosomatic symptoms, although they're not sick at all. Like, and I kind of believe that because every time I have to go out to buy something, I go to, because I'm not going to supermarkets at all. I'm avoiding supermarkets as much as I can. They're too damn crowded. We have many small grocery stores here in my neighborhood, Staten Island. If you look at my Facebook page, I've constantly post pictures when I go for a walk, quick walk, or go to. So today I went to this little Mexican grocery store called Frutas y Abarrotes Mexico, which is a very good little shop. It's on Victory Boulevard, just down the street from me. And I bought some basic things like milk and stuff. I also went to the local wine store. I had to restock on wine. You all know I like a nice glass of wine every now and then. I'm not drinking that much these days. In the first couple of days that I was stuck at home, I did overindulge a little bit, and I paid for that with a horrible hangover on Thursday. So I said, okay, this is it. 2 glasses a day, and that's it. I'm having my first glass right now. Oh, I know I touched my face, but I just took a shower, so I'm perfectly clean and sanitized. Anyway, third piece that I watched was how people are so paranoid with the coronavirus thing, and people are overdoing it by buying too much toilet paper and stuff like that. The coronavirus will not reach you there. Okay, so keep it easy, guys. Leave enough supplies so the rest of us can also buy stuff. And the final piece that I watched was about movies and how people are watching movies about um, about these horrible diseases that are fictional, and while going through a very real pandemic. So there's a movie called Contagion, very good actually. Gwyneth Paltrow, although spoiler alert, she dies within the first 30 seconds of the movie. Um, I don't even when she would just been uncredited cast, I guess, but well, who knows? And this one guy who's immune or whatever. Anyway, um, then there's and this other movie, Dustin Hoffman. I can't remember the name right now. You can look it up. Dustin Hoffman pandemic movie. Maybe there's something there. And the guy says, "Stop watching that. Go watch something nice. Go watch something that you can learn something. Go watch a classic movie." And he mentioned Turner Classic Movies, which is a cable channel here in the U.S. Again, it's called TCM, but they also have an online version that can be accessed anywhere in the world. Turner Classic Movies. I love that channel because I love old movies. Some people don't. I remember. Wow, I remember. Not too long ago, I showed an episode of Twilight Zone in my class, and because of it was black and white, people just rolled their eyes and went to their phones. And I'm like, ugh, really? Anyway, but today I'm not going to focus on coronavirus. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about a beautiful little instrument that is being slowly discovered by bass players like myself. It's called ukulele bass. Now, what is a ukulele bass? Well, as you know, I have a ukulele. I played it yesterday. I played that beautiful song, Jamaica Farewell, although I fumbled in the first couple of seconds. But I'm not editing this. I'm just doing it live, no script. And this is my ukulele bass. It was a beautiful Christmas gift given both from my wife and a dear friend of ours. I'm not sure if it's okay to mention her name out in public, so I'll just call her a great friend of ours. You know who you are. And it's this beautiful little instrument. It's basically the body of a baritone bass. I mean, a baritone ukulele. Sorry. Combined with these plastic strings, and different from a regular bass. I mean, if you play an electric bass, they have metal strings. The scale is really small, but it's tuned in the exact same way as a bass. If you want to tune it that way, right? It's E, A, D, G, and but although it looks like an acoustic instrument, you cannot play it unless it's plugged in. I mean, you can play it if you want to practice, but just to show you the difference here. If I play like, it also takes a lot of practice to learn how to not do this, because the strings are really weird. So you have to learn to kind of like, be soft on the strings. But if you play it without an amplifier, oh, I go wrong button. If you play like, it makes almost no sound at all. I mean, unless you're practicing at home, which is a great instrument to do so with. Okay. It is a beautiful. It almost has the sound of an upright bass, which is the big one, bong, 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 But look at how small it is. I mean, it's right. It fits in the screen. I can't fit my guitar on the screen. My Fender is right behind me, as you can see, and I would never be able to do this unless I walked all the way to the back of the room. And it's a beautiful little instrument, and I want to showcase one little song. It's a very basic song, actually. It's one of the earliest Beatles numbers. It's called All My Loving. I have a backing track. I'll play it for you, and you can see how this bass sounds. By the way, All My Loving, although a lot of people think, oh, that's an old Beatles song, and nobody really likes it. People like the Sgt. Pepper's or whatever. But anyway, listen to the bass line of this song. When you have a chance, I mean, I'm not going to play the whole song, but if you have a chance, look up All My Loving by the Beatles and listen to how genius this bass line is. It's a very simple song, it has a couple of just 4 or 5 chords, but Paul McCartney was beginning to show his genius as a bass player, because most people would play this song like, close your eyes and I'll kiss, which is what most bassists from his generation play. But this song has. Paul McCartney, whatever you might think of him or the Beatles, this guy changed the whole landscape of bass playing for rock and roll. So let me play here the backing track. Oh, I miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I am missing, and and hope that my dream will come true. And while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. No, it's a beautiful bass line, right? I mean, I kind of screwed up a few lines here. I haven't played this in a while. The last Beatles gig I did was like 5 or 6 years ago, and this song is not part of the Take 44 repertoire because basically our drummer hates the Beatles. Yes, you do, Jonathan. He refuses to play more than 2 songs of the Beatles in our entire repertoire of over 60 songs. But, oh well. Yeah, it is what it is. When you're in a band, you have to learn how to deal with other people's feelings, what songs people like, what songs people don't like. For example, I'm not a huge fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but we did practice a song called Danny California, and I'm singing it. I'm singing lead in the song. I mean, I'll sing lead when we come back to playing outside. I'm actually planning a Zoom meeting with the 4 of us, and we can try to record a song using Zoom with the split screen thing, and maybe do something. I don't know, but it's still in the works. God knows if it's going to happen or not. And that's that. I mean, so do try to pick up that song, All My Loving, and listen to the bass line. Maybe there you can find an isolated bass line on YouTube, and you listen how genius that song is. And this is ukulele bass. It's a beautiful little instrument. I've played it in gigs, actually. I played it, we had 4 gigs so far, and I used it in all of them, and especially on songs that are more acoustic. Our guitarist Billy has a song called Dizzy Broad, and I tried to play it on electric. It didn't work out. So I played on this one, and it was beautiful. Because in rehearsals, I use a different bass. I use a beautiful Japanese-made bass called Domino, which was I'll tell the story of that bass maybe on the next post. I don't want to talk too much about my bass playing because you're going to be like, ugh, stop talking about bass playing. We're here to listen to, I don't know what I'm supposed to listen to, because nobody wrote any comments yet. On the YouTube page, on Facebook, it was some nice comments, but no suggestions except your light sucks. I'm working on that because I know I don't have enough lighting here in this room. I just have this one light here. I don't have any professional equipment. I don't even have a professional microphone that I can attach to this computer. I do have microphones I use for gigs and stuff, but I still have to figure out how to connect these things to a Mac. If anybody here is a Mac owner and can help me out, hello, please help me out on this, okay? And okay, so without further ado, let me sing our song of the day. Just turn off my amplifier. And the song we're going to play will be on the guitar. See, I can't fit this thing on the screen. Oh, here's a good comparison of the sizes. See that? There you go. Okay. So, without further ado, I'm going to sing a favorite Queen song I like. One of the few Queen songs that can be played on acoustic guitar, because their stuff is so elaborate, so full of and this one is like. This thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I just get round to it. Are you ready? Crazy little thing called love. This thing called love. In a crowd all night, it swings, it jives, shakes all over like a jellyfish. guitar solo if I cannot accompany if I got no, I can't not do that. So anyway, I hope you all stay safe. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too paranoid, and stay the beep home. I don't have a beeper myself, so anyway, so stay home. Share some thoughts, and if write any comments if you like. Um, if you want me to play a certain song, somebody asked me to play a Brazilian song on the last one, and I'm working on it. Okay, it's like levar uma vida sossegada. Gostava de som de água fresca. But I have to practice that one. I haven't played that one like over 10 years, so I don't want to fumble through a song again like I did the other time. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I will play the Brazilian song tomorrow. I'll practice a little bit after I finish working. I am working from home. Thank God that I still have a job. Thank USA College for not letting us all out in the lurch and giving us an opportunity to keep on working. And also on the 30th, we actually start working with all the classes, and that's quite nice. I hope it works, because I don't know how it's going to be without working. I can't do anything. I can't do delivery. I mean, I could if I had to, but I don't know. Well, stay safe, and thank you all the doctors, thank you all the nurses. My cousin is a nurse. Muito obrigado a todos vocês que falam português, los que hablan espanhol. Se necessitam que eu hable um pouco mais espanhol em los vídeos, diga-me. E se você quer que eu fale mais português, eu não vou fazer vídeos em 3 línguas, tá? I can do like videos in the same one video, and I can switch around with the languages. Well, anyway, stay safe, and all the best.